man who knows the responsibility of thousands of people looking up to you, millions of people coming to look up to you, the responsibility that comes with that, and the time to really dedicate. Time is also of essence too. You must have enough time on your hand, which means your job can be timed. You can say, well, for the next 5 years, I'm going to dedicate my time. If you're one of those, you can be warming up. You can be called upon. We need people, not just people. Don't pick me, because me, I don't get money. All right. If I happen to be one of those people who have real money in a way, yeah, I could possibly fit in, because it is going to be about those who are not going to see raising fund or generating fund for a cause like this as an opportunity for them to also make money. Do you get what I mean now? So all these kind of criteria are things that some of you have an idea what I'm talking about. So once we begin to have them, then we need people who can indeed organize. Yes, we talk about protests. Protest is like everybody coming out, this and that. You see all this kind of protest, sitting and the rest of that. They will become so easy if we begin to discover genuine people who actually knows what they want. Do you want Yoruba nation? Do you want Yoruba's development to be heralded and to be managed by the true Yoruba sons and daughters, not these selfish rogues that Nigeria has given power to make us? You know what I'm talking about? So if you have that, then you come out, you join us. I want to see that in 2022. I want to see a team that can tell politicians that indeed there will be no election. And yes, there will be no election, because half of the Yoruba land now feels like the election is probably a waste of time. There's something that should go into that. And let me tell you something, we may be able to have some upper hand on social media, yeah? We may be able to have that on social media, but we don't really have that powerful presence in the minds of our people. So we need a team of invincible people, invincible lot who are going to do the underground work, that are going to rally the Yorubas all over the world, bring them together, let them address themselves as Yorubas. In this process, we're going to end all the age-long historical, rivalry that politicians sometimes dwell on among us to keep us in their, with what do you call it, under their sleeves. Do you get what I mean now? So I want powerful people. I want people who have this powerful organization in their hands, and we can attend conferences. That was what happened when Awolowo came to the UK for his education, right? You know what he did? He spoke to the Yorubas here in the UK. They reached out to all the Yorubas all over the world they could reach out to, after first having or arching the idea. I am arching this idea now. Oloye Sunday Igboho, what do you think he would want done if he's here with us? If he was asked the same thing, what do you think he would love to see? A very strong, one of his very reliable, source, especially his most reliable people during this whole struggle before they did what they did. Yeah, we are the ones, the people in the diaspora. He was so confident that he said it. He said the survival of the Yoruba people, the protection of the Yoruba land lies in the hands of all of us who are not in Yoruba land right now, because many of us are now extending our stay abroad. Some of us in our 60s, some of us in our 65, 70s, Yorubas, who wanted to go back home. Because of all these things going on right now, many people are now extending that, going back. Some are saying, well, if I die here, just take me to Nigeria and bury me, because I don't want to go there and get this and that. Do you get what I mean? So he told us, he said, if we don't take it serious, if we don't see this as a general problem, if we don't see this as a general threat, because politicians says it's not. Politicians who are having all this security around them, and they control the media to make sure that all this never makes it to the mainstream. Igboho said, one day you will come back home and you will realize that a lot has changed. You will no longer be able to actually even visit your ancestral home anymore. He called on us. He expected us to know what to do. And here I am, Mayegun General, the chief priest of the Temple of Truth, talking to you, my fellow brethren, this evening. We need something stronger. We need something reliable. We need something that strikes fears into their hearts. Something that is more influential. Something practical. Something real. Something much, much, much reliable. And I want us to think about this as I talk more on this. We've had so many groups all the time, but we've never had any group of Yorubas connected worldwide, demanding for just one single thing, with conferences, meetings, seminars, all these things. I want to see that in 2022. Then we can then start saying there will be no election, because there's a reason why we should say no election. I will tell you that. The system is already rigged. Even before your next election, you know it. It's already rigged. So it simply means the criminals in charge will continue to dominate the system, and they will continue to ask you to come and challenge them. You can't challenge a rigged system. You can't. It's a waste of time. Most of the time, a waste of life. So we need something to be on that ground. Babati is in the US. And Babati, if I'm right, by the way, Babati is in the US. Thanks for that, by the way. Babati is one of those who have this idea, this belief that until Yorubas in diaspora, until Yorubas living abroad, until they begin to meet and discuss these things, it's going to take us a longer time to be able to form a quorum, to be able to form a number that can make a demand and make a difference. I want to see that. Because if to say we have something like that, yeah, number one, me personally, yeah, a rich, reliable intel, number one, will not even let Igboho cross Nigeria to anywhere in this modern day and time. A reliable G7 with enough resources can put Igboho on a chartered private jet from from an independent airfield in Nigeria, and they will fly him straight to Germany. This is 2021. This is no longer 1960, 1970, 1980. We need, if you want to fight these criminals, yeah, you must develop a latest idea that will be 2 steps, 10 steps, or 10 feet ahead of them. Igboho wouldn't have done that. He had he has a German German visa. He has family there, and he possibly has the German residency. Why is it? What does he have? Why did he have to pass through Benin Republic? Such intel is what I'm talking about. Intel that work with lawyers, that work, intels that if they are fighting us, we should have something back. You know what I mean? Intels that can tell the Benin Republic president and say, listen, we don't know what compromise Nigeria has on you, but you don't have an idea of somebody you are holding. You are holding an individual that is fighting for 60 million people to stay alive, and you are convenient there in Benin Republic. If we have that resources, Talon may be fighting for his presidency by now. 6 months is enough to destabilize Benin Republic politically. If you have a genuine Yoruba working group, working for the interest of Yoruba alone, Yoruba first, you can influence politicians in Benin Republic. 6 months. Talon, by now, is either he's already out of the government or he's fighting for his life, of his government. But it's comfortable, it's convenient. You know why? Everybody's going there to beg him. Let us go and beg the Benin Republic president. No, there's nothing we can do. Go and beg Buhari. No, we can't go and beg Buhari. We could have done a lot. Intel. If Numbu is maybe Yoruba governor, you can just put, let's say, 2 Yoruba governors, do some quick background check on them. After telling them that we want you to protect all the Yorubas, demanding for a better life in Nigeria. They want to have their own country. They want to have their own self-determination. You as a Yoruba governor, you should be part of that. You should not be against that. But how do you make them get to be part of that? Compromat is out there. If you pay the right people, they will give you the right information, undisputable information, compromat on these criminal Yoruba governors or Yoruba politicians, Yoruba Obas, and the rest of them. Publish them and tell them, these are criminals that will not let Yoruba move. But before you do, go to them and say, listen, this is what we have on you. Maybe you are governor and you are defending Nigeria, and then you are keeping mute against all what the Yorubas are demanding for. You are one of those who believe that Nigeria, nothing can break, blah, 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 blah. Fine. You are saying all of this because you are Governor Abi. We'll give you just about 3 months. 3 months to withdraw every of all those attacks. And at the same time, we want to see a physical support for that Yoruba Nation team. We don't care how you want to do it. But if you don't worry. G7. He will lose that position. We can make all these things happen. They call them power. Influence, something that will make those who think they have power be so uncomfortable and scared of you. Call it whatever you want to call it. Sometimes we don't need to shoot guns. It's not always guns. These are criminals who are thieves. They want to keep their loot. They don't want anybody to know. They don't want all those loot to disappear. We can make those loot disappear. If we have the right team doing the right thing, you see all these things, all these things can make people who believe that they are untouchable become jealous, and they will give you what you want without touching them. So Obasanjo, a former president, what? So there's a lot we can do. All of this, apart from that, there's a lot we can also do with our people. You can get these ideas implanted in the minds of the children as well. There's a way to go about it. You need the resources. You need the people. The resources we really need is us, we, the people. You see that money, this or that, they are secondary. I want an invincible team of Yorubas. They will organize seminars. They will organize conferences all over the world. I will attend some of them if this ever comes to life. And then when I come there, I would be able to see all of you face to face. I can tell you face to face what I feel about Yoruba land. You can read my face. You can read my eyes right there and say, no, this guy is serious. I believe him. I'm going to do it. That is what we need to achieve in 2022. We're not going to use 2022 to complain. And seriously, we would need to do this. We will not use 2022 to complain why Nigeria hunts us down like criminals. Do you understand? All the politicians agree that we should be treated like criminals for asking that what is 40 should be disbanded. A new deal should be put in place. But with the confusion, with the ignorance in the land, the politicians feels like they have it all. We are just, we are just troublemakers. Now we need to show them what the real trouble is. The people need to know, not because they don't know. You need to make them see things. Then you see those ones who have managed to keep the status quo. We need to neutralize them. Neutralizing them doesn't come with how much they have. It is how much, it is how much you use what you have. Putting together what we have now has now become our own agenda. You can use this team to say with Ilanomo Odua, which is still the umbrella body for the Yoruba nation. I'm not saying, I am not saying starting a new group abroad is to lead, is now to turn it to the group fighting for Yoruba nation. No. Ours is to bring the fight for Yoruba nation to life, to reality, to something real, something everybody can touch, something you can relate with beyond what you have right now. That is what we need to do from abroad because it's so necessary at this stage. It's going to get worse. Have you ever seen anywhere things in Nigeria ever gets better when it gets so boiling? No, it doesn't. People adapt. That's what happened. People get used to. They get used to it. Our people shouldn't get used to poverty that the politicians have now managed to weaponize. We also need to use a different weapon to neutralize them, mostly not physical. So I suggest this to the house today. And I hope, even though we don't have a larger house tonight, I hope that for those of you who are going to see this video, for the few of you that are going to see it, and the rest who are going to see later, I want you to digest this tonight as you go to bed. Think about what I said. Yes, we have been talking. Yes, we have been mobilizing. Sometimes we are so disappointed with the turnout. But I want you to know that all our agitation, all our demand for better life, for better living, for responsible leadership, save school for our children, save hospital and an affordable health care for our people,